Welcome to another edition of Resonate with Irwin Edgehill. I'm Irwin Edgehill, and today's topic is about neglected youth. And the person that I've got into the studio today is my really good friend and brother, Steve Beckles. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, Owen. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Privileged. It's an honour to actually finally get to be here.
Yes. We've been talking about it for a while, haven't we?
We have the circumstances of not allowed, but everything in its own time.
Indeed. All right, Steve. Before we get into the questions, what I want you to do is just tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Stephen Beckles. I'm a co-worker and co-founder of a charity called IAC. It's all about culture. We're based in Boscombe, which is in Bournemouth.
Right.
My partner and myself, we do workshops. I do a men's counselling group with a social canteen. We hand out food vouchers, we hand out sleeping bags, we hand out non-perishable goods. And we try and embrace people of all cultures, basically, in a nutshell. Doesn't matter what caste, what religion, what sexual orientation, people are people, and we try and be inclusive as opposed to exclusive.
Excellent. And I've tried your lovely Charmaine's cooking.
Thank you.
Every Friday down at the Pepper Pot, which is phenomenal. It's a really, really good vibe that you got down there, Steve.
Thank you.
So power to you and Charmaine, and keep it going.
We give what we get. We call it reflective energy. Right. So we can only give as much as we receive. So when people enjoy us, we enjoy people even more.
Indeed.
It's just an easy system.
Yeah. So you do a bit of counselling as well, is that right? You're a counsellor?
I do. I've got counselling, psychoanalyst.
Right.
I do a men's counselling group. I've been running borderline 5 years every Thursday.
Right. How's that going?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Right.
It's ebbs and flows. So when it started, it was more structured, but I found it wasn't working because some people didn't really want to open up in front of others. So then I made it informal. We introduced board games and social activities, and then people open up over the board game as opposed to opening up in the boardroom. So,
exactly.
It's been fun. Good journey.
Yeah, excellent. And you do a lot of work in the community as well, don't you? In terms of going around helping people and that kind of stuff.
Yes, as much as I can do, to be honest. I don't like idle time because the devil finds things for idle hands.
Correct.
So I like to try and spend my time affecting my community because it is my community. The government don't come and walk through my streets, they don't sit on my buses, and they don't visit my schools. So it takes a village to raise a child. It doesn't take one individual, so I want to be part of the village community. That's how I was raised.
Excellent. Well said. All right, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
Just take it from there and then we'll see where we are.
Okay,
so Steve, the first question is, in your opinion, what are the most common signs that a young person is being neglected?
Emotional and physical, to be honest. The physical ones are they're pretty. It's apparent to some people, but it's not. Like, for instance, you'll have a change of appearance, the change of somebody's dress. For instance, they used to be very well kept, now they're unkempt.
Right.
Hair not done.
Yeah.
Clothes are crinkled, not ironed. But it's treading on eggshells because you can't always go by that because there are certain fashion trends that people want to look uncared for,
right?
Basically, yeah. So, but normally it's a change of appearance, no attendance at school, playing hooky,
right?
Aggressive behaviour, substance misuse,
right?
Yeah.
So them are the key factors, the key pointers.
Yeah.
To somebody.
Those are the standout ones.
Right.
There's more subliminal ones, but those are the ones that most people can pick up on.
Okay. In your opinion, Steve, how can communities identify and support neglected youth effectively?
By getting back to good old-fashioned village behaviour again. Everybody's child is my child.
Right.
That's how I was raised. If I see a child that's doing wrong or going wrong, it's my responsibility to address it. Right. If I can't address the child, I'll try and address their parents or their household or the school or somebody. But we've given up. We've given the government a lot of power, which they're not using in the right way.
Yeah.
They've set legislation that says that we're not allowed to do certain things that we were allowed to do 20 or 30 years ago, hence the introduction of ASBO, which we never had. We just said if you were wrong, your neighbour told you off, the park keeper told you off, the police told you off, the truant officer took you back to school. So it's up to everyone. That's where the fault is. It's not the young people.
Yeah.
It's not them, it's a societal failure.
Right. Yeah. What immediate steps should be taken, Steve, when neglect is suspected?
Immediately social services on 999 or 101. There's certain phone numbers you can get through to. The NSPCC have a good line,
Right.
Samaritans. But saying that, it's UK legislation's really weird, so a lot of people won't take any seriousness to it until you're at a severe risk. Like
Right.
if you've got allusions to something or you think something may be going on, they'd rather wait for the person to be harmed
Right.
before they take it seriously,
Which is
because it
incredible,
needs
isn't it?
evidence. And it's like, well, you know, the person could end up dead or committing suicide or something silly. Why didn't we address this earlier? And there are cases where this has happened, or where people have been put back into households where they shouldn't have because they haven't been vetted back in, or the parents haven't been looked at, or the background or the environment hasn't been looked at.
Right.
Which is really sad.
Yeah.
Really sad.
Is that down to? Would you say is that down to incompetence, Steve, of the authorities, or is it down to a lack of money in terms of resources?
A lot of money's been taken out of the system. Like, different governments have got different agendas and stuff. Sadly, and this is my opinion, a lot of it's a set up to finance prison systems and to finance other systems. They try and lead the young people down a certain path by selling certain music to them, flash clothing and stuff.
Right.
They look it up. I'll piggyback on, you had a brother called Dom in here, a good friend of ours, and he was talking about county lines.
Correct.
And it's the same thing that the government and the authorities are doing. Basically, they're roping young people in under a false impression that this will be greater, that'll be better. They're not being educated properly, for one. There's a big expanse between rich and poor.
Right.
So I was neglected as a youth.
Right.
I was neglected because, not maternally,
Yeah.
because my mum was a great mother, but because we were a single parent family,
Right.
my mum had to work.
Yeah.
She was a nurse, so she
Right.
done shift work, which means I didn't really get to see a lot of my mum. That was neglect, not due to wanting to neglect me, but it was still a form of neglect, which forced me into the streets, forced me into crime,
Right.
forced me into hanging around older people with different agendas that got me into things like county lines. So neglect it's not always done purposely. Sometimes, as I said, the government has just set things up that you don't have time with your family, you don't
Right.
have time with your peers.
Yeah. Well said. Steve, in your opinion, how can schools and educators play a role in safeguarding neglected youth?
I'm trying to think of the name of what we used to have. The PTA, the Parent Teacher Association.
Okay.
We had it back in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Where there was liaison. If a teacher thought something was wrong, old-fashioned teachers would just call the house.
Right.
Or turn up. Oh, you know, I've noticed that little Gillian is a bit distracted in class. She doesn't seem to be picking up on the lessons as fast as everybody else. Is everything okay at home? Without being intrusive.
Yes.
You know, because you know it's different. So we're not saying she's a naughty child. We're not saying that she's a silly child. We're just
Right.
saying we've seen a change in her behaviour.
Yeah.
It's acceptable. It's not unacceptable. But we'd like to find out what's going on because we don't want it to blow up into something different.
Yeah.
So I think the teachers, schools especially, because once you give your child to a school at 9 o'clock in the morning, they become the legal guardian to your children.
Right.
They're 100% responsible for what your children eat, learn, and protected by.
Right.
So there has to be some kind of liaison. I know when I went to school, there was young girls going to school that were being able to take the morning after pill, and their parents didn't know.
Right.
I found it appalling. God knows what they're doing now.
Yes.
You could be non-binary, non-gender. I'm not against anybody's what they want to do, but you're a child,
Right.
and I think the parents need to be involved every step of the way. And
Yeah.
teachers are afraid to talk to certain parents. You know, that household's got a tag for being violent. The dad's always in and out of jail.
Right.
The older brothers, gang members.
Yeah.
So the teachers get a bit fearful.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be in a caring role, if you're a public servant, you sign the contract, man.
Right.
You're a teacher to look after people's children. Why are you going to be scared?
Right.
I'd be scared that the child ends up in harm's way. That's what I'd be scared of, not of
Yeah.
somebody's parents.
Yeah.
But these are the shortfalls.
Right.
And then they're not being the teachers aren't being given protection. They're not being told that you can go ahead and we've got your back, basically.
Right.
If anything goes wrong,
Yeah.
we've got you.
Right.
So-
Not being empowered.
Empowered, thank you.
And to add on to that, is it also a fear within the teachers that they can't really say much to the kids these days because of different legislations? You can't touch a child, or you can't. Do you know what I mean? It's gone way. It's gone way too far, in my personal opinion.
I'm glad you said that, because I was just going to lead up to that, because they say the fear, you've got two fears. So the flip side fear, which you've just brought up now, is me as a teacher now speaks to little Robert and says, Robert, you know, your behaviour seems a little bit la-di-da. And Robert draws a switchblade. Or he takes a baseball bat, or Robert calls his cousin, and after school, my tyres are slashed.
Right.
Or there's sand in the exhaust pipes.
Right.
It may not happen, but looking at the way the world is at the moment,
Yeah.
people aren't willing to take the risk. There's no, not that you should be a martyr, but nobody just wants to step out anymore.
Right.
And I can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, to a degree I can.
Because people have got families, they've got their own lives to live, and
Yeah.
it might not work. They might try something and they may end up in a worse place. They may lose a job
Yeah.
over
Right.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's this really hard situation.
That's interesting. And touching on what Dom said on the Counter Lines episode, people are also fearful as well that if in the community they see a child being neglected, they won't go to the authorities because they don't want to be seen as being a grass or
tattletale.
You know what I mean, and that kind of thing. So that restricts people from getting involved with youth as well.
Yeah.
To a degree.
But that's where lack of education comes in. Sorry to cut in.
It's fine.
But it's not only the teachers and the parents that need educating, it's the community that need to know we're here for each other. If I say something, it's not because I hate you or because I hate your parents or anything. It's because I'm trying to do better by you.
Right.
So it's niche. It's like somebody commits a crime and everybody knows who commits the crime, but there's a culture of silence. I ain't no snitch. I ain't no snitch. But
Right.
you can only be a snitch if you were on the job.
Right.
If you're a civilian, which is what most of us are, you've got a right to report these things.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's where the confusion lies. If people were sat down and told you're not wrong to blow the whistle,
Right.
that's what the whistle's there for.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Good point.
yeah,
Well said. Just touching on policies and systems, Steve, in terms of your opinion, what policies are currently in place to protect neglected youths? And how effective are they, in your opinion, in terms of your actual experience on the street and talking to people?
getting back to how I started, and I won't blame the government. I guess it is sort of, but the policies are there. Safeguarding is there. Child Protection Act is there. But again, it takes something to go wrong. Somebody has to come in bleeding. Like, they won't listen. You can't phone up and say this and that's happening. Okay, I'll write that down and I'll note it. It's like everything's a case study.
Right.
The world I live in, like, I'll be honest, I was gonna come in today and I was gonna bring numerical data and I was gonna bring statistics, but they're easily manipulated and fudged. So I thought, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna bring lived experience,
Correct.
observance,
Right.
and relevance, because
Yes.
I see this every day in my life. I don't have to read a book. I don't have to do a case study on these things.
Yeah.
I was an affected youth. I work with affected youth.
Right.
So
right.
nobody can tell me any better than a book or a professor or some high class person.
Correct.
That's where the problem lies. The people who are writing legislation and who are writing the books have never spent a day in our shoes, man. So it's very hard for them to address the situation when you go home to Chelsea, to Sloane Square, when you wake up and you can see the embankment. You know, it's a lot different than waking up on the 9th floor of a tower block.
Correct.
With no garden and a stinky lift with wee-wee in it all the time.
Correct.
It's just different, man.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. That is so true. And I'm glad you're coming from a lived experience as well, bro.
Yeah, it's
Nice
the only
one.
way to come through.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
why I do what I do.
Yeah.
I gave my job up years ago because I was sick and tired of seeing stuff and not being able to affect it. And I thought, I just need more time. I can't be part-time in this. I had to throw my whole lot in, and I'll be honest, it's the nicest thing I've ever done. Every day I sleep well, I go home, I feel like I've done something.
Yeah.
And we're all supposed to feel that way.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. Making a difference.
Yeah,
Even
if
it's
not,
just
why
a
are we
small
here?
difference.
Can't be selfish. We can't just be here for my circle, and I don't care what happens to the neighbours' kids. I don't care what happens to Mrs. Jenkins' kids down the end.
Right.
Where did we get that from? It's only recent.
It's only recent, yeah.
It's only recent.
You're right.
I don't know if it's the digital technology. I don't know if it's... I don't know what it... I wish I knew what it was, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. It is, like, people watching and listening to this might think that we're us to a bunch of old fuddy-duddies and everything, but seriously, back in the day, it wasn't like the way it is now. In terms of, you go out on the street, you know what I mean, you'd be playing out and stuff, and everybody's got your back in the street.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody. Now it's a situation where nobody speaks to anybody.
Exactly.
The next door neighbour doesn't even speak to each other or anything like that. Out of that fear that's been projected and spread upon us by what I call this sick society, Steve.
Yeah.
In terms of,
I second that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In your opinion, Steve, in your lived experience, are there any gaps in existing legislation that make it difficult to intervene in cases of neglect?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The main one, as I said, is the fact that you can't You can't do anything until something's happened. I know I keep going back to it again, but that is really the crux of the whole situation is reports don't do it. It's the same with child molestation, rape, sexual SA, I won't use those words. And, you know, they want to actually... You have to become a victim before anyone takes it seriously. And by then, sometimes it's too late.
Right.
I mean, the scar that you can get physically heals. The one that's up here sticks with you forever. There's stuff that I reported at 12, 13, 14, 15 years old that no one took sense of, and it turned me into somebody else.
Right.
Because I thought, if no one's going to listen to me, I'm going to now go and just act up, because you're going to hear me one way or the other. So you start a fire, you beat someone up, you get arrested, and then when you got probation, you could talk to the probation officer. Oh, what are the mitigating circumstances behind this? The Crown Prosecution Service are brought in. Oh, we need to get a preliminary report before we charge him. You get to talk, you get it off of your chest.
Right.
But it shouldn't take that.
Exactly.
Because you get a criminal record.
Yeah.
Or you're incarcerated just because you had a problem, you were victimised.
But nobody would listen to you.
No one would listen to you.
Yeah.
No, it's almost a reverse of the boy who cried wolf, man. You are crying for help.
Yeah.
And then when you need the help, it's too late. But you wanted the help all the way through. It wasn't like a false cry.
Yes.
And there's God knows how many young people are out there suffering that ain't even crying anymore because they know they're not going to get heard. So they've chosen the other way and said, well, you know what, at least the drug dealer's going to look after me. At least that guy with the nice car drives me home every night. At least, you know, he pays my phone bill. Everybody needs something.
Right.
And you're going to get it one way or the other. If you're not going to get it from school or from your parents,
you're
going to find somewhere to source it.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way. No young person under the age of 18, even I take it as far as 21,
right,
should have those pressures put onto them. It's your first time round.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sense of everything, and this is going on in the background, and there's no support system here, no cushion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah.
And like I say, this is the crying shame of everything, as you just mentioned in your experience. You had to do something detrimentally before somebody listened to you.
Yeah.
And it's probably still happening right now, Steve, to one degree or another.
It is, because as I said, when you've lived it, you know it. Nobody can't say to me, nah, he's not going through that. I don't empathise, I sympathise.
Right.
I know exactly what it feels like. I know what it's like being a young offender at 15 years old.
Right.
I know what it's like going to prison at 18 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I was a perfect child or anything like that, but it could have easily been avoided.
Exactly.
Easily. My mum and the church group I was in done their best.
Right.
But everything else let me down. The police, the schools. That's what I'm saying. It's not the individual. It's the societal failures.
Right.
Nobody should grow up and want to be selling drugs at 16 or 17. That's not even comprehensible, man.
Exactly.
Where does that come from? That's your ambition.
Right.
Out of all the things in the world you could do, I want to be like that drug dealer. But that's because people ain't pulling up the drug dealer.
Right.
As well, so
exactly.
It's
It's kind of a vicious cycle, but at the same time, it's almost like it's been fixed, for want of a better word, to be like this.
Yeah.
Because you're not telling me, and nobody can tell me, that with all the money that's within this society, with all these rich billionaires and trillionaires, that nothing can be put together to make things just on the everyday level better. I don't just mean as in putting food on the table for people, but as in you just said, Stephen, in terms of that young person having a situation where they can have some dialogue, some conversation with someone about how they're feeling.
Open back the adventure playground. We had adventure playgrounds when I grew up in South London, in Battersea. We must have had about 7 in Battersea alone, man. Wow. Every common had a little swing park or something like that. The tennis table, the darts board, the hut.
Yes.
You could go in there and you could talk to the key workers, the social workers, the youth club workers.
Right.
They stripped it.
Yeah.
They stripped it. The government took away all these resources and stuff from people. Now you got kids hanging outside the shopping centre. The shopping centre's closed. What are you doing out on road? Exactly. Where else do you want me to go, officer? Move on. You know, you can be sat outside your own house. Right. And they're intimidating. They drive past, looking at people, eyeballing the youth. When you're young, you're arrogant. So the first thing you're going to do, don't look at me that way. Right. So adults are meant to know better than children. Just generally, I mean, it's science, isn't it? We're meant to know better. But we seem like we don't. Exactly. Honestly, it should have never got to this. My mum was an adult, your mum was an adult, and they raised us. Right. And we didn't go through this, so is it our fault? Right. Where have we let it go?
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe.
yeah, seriously,
Maybe,
man.
Steve.
Because I'll take the blame of everyone else. I don't mind. I'm not saying I'm brilliant or I'm perfect. Maybe I let it go. I've got a son, and I neglected my son for a while.
Right.
Because I was busy and I was focused on doing other stuff. I was newly married, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, it's about me and the wife. Well, we're having fun.
Right.
Not totally neglected. I was a good father indoors and that, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention to what was going on outside the house. He came home in clothes that I knew I didn't buy him.
Right.
He come home with money. I see him driving car. I didn't teach him to drive, but I didn't question it because he seemed happy.
Right. Right.
But these are the shortfalls.
But looking back,
in hindsight,
if you'd have been a bit more aware, you'd have probably picked up on that, and then that would have been a situation where you could have at least had some conversation with him about it.
But I think because I was brought up in that sort of world as well,
right?
I was blinded by it. So when I saw it happening to my son, I just thought, well, I'm all right. I'm still here. It didn't do me harm, so selfishly,
right.
I let it continue. I probably did see what was going on, but selfishly, which is why I say I'll take the blame of everyone.
Okay. Appreciate your honesty there, Steve. You're an honest guy.
The only value is honesty.
There you go. Steve, in your opinion, how can local authorities and charities work together to address the needs of neglected youths? How can they work together, do you think?
Focus meetings, man. At least every fortnight. Get a group of people to visit the youth clubs, visit the estates, get the police involved. It doesn't have to be the regular police. You've got neighbourhood police. There's all different forms of policing at the moment. In Bournemouth, we've got the positive action team as well that go around doing different things, but it really has to be walkabouts and stuff.
Right.
Get a police bus and drive through the estate and talk to I used to do street work, outreach work in London, and retrieve weapons.
Right.
And go and talk to disaffected young people on the estate because I know they had no one else to talk to. And it was hard. Nothing's going to be easy. It was hard, but after a while you build up a little respect, So you take them to the movies one week or something. It's on me, guys. Because, again, if I don't do this stuff, the grooming gangs are going to do it.
Correct.
And then you've got county lines, so somebody's going to fill the void either way.
Yeah.
Mum's poor. We don't get out. We don't go on holidays. I ain't even been to Butlins. What does Brighton look like? So, the council have got a pot of money which they like to spend on foolishness.
Right.
The police have got a pot. Everybody gets a budget. Take a little bit of your budget, get a minibus, and take people out to the beach for the day, man. Show somebody that life isn't about the estate.
Right.
Some children have never left their estate.
Exactly.
Unless they go to school. They've never even been up to Oxford Street to see the Christmas lights.
Right.
Give them a day out, man. I guarantee you, if you do this every now and again, you'll see a change. No one's born bad. It's environments, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, you got that nature-nurture thing?
Right.
Seriously, man.
Great point. Yeah. And again, I keep repeating myself. You've just said it there, Steve, and it'd be so easy just to get that buzz going around the estate, people talking to the youth. And like you say, initially, they're going to be sceptical.
Yeah.
And rightly so, because nobody's ever given them anything. So it's like, well, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But persistence, and once they can see that you're sincere by doing, turning up all the time, then you'll get that young person or them youths opening up more and being more receptive to, the information that you're giving them.
Yeah.
And also, what I'd say, the love that you're giving them as well.
That's the main thing, is the love.
Yeah.
That's what's missing at the moment,
Right.
is the love. You can give anyone attention. Again, that's why I said it works with the grooming gangs the way it works with the county lines, because it's attention. It's not love, but it's attention, which is totally different.
Right.
So if somebody gets love, they're getting love and attention at the same time. So it's a double up.
Right. Yeah.
Much different, man.
Great. This is great, man. I'm so glad you come in, Steve.
I'm glad I'm here.
Nice one. Just touching on mental health and well-being, Steve. What impact, in your opinion, does neglect have on the mental health of young people?
Wow, huge. As I alluded to earlier on, some will commit suicide, some will go to substance misuse, some will start drinking alcohol, some will go into promiscuity from young, which to me are all mental challenges, whether they're labelled as mental challenges, they all affect somebody's thought pattern process. So it's huge. It's huge. If you're being neglected, you're not being... It's like having a flower and not watering the flower, basically, expecting the flower to live.
Yeah.
It needs nurture. So we can't just expect that. And it's not just a physical nurture. Your mind is its strongest organ. It's like 70,000 supercomputers, and just planting a seed and allowing it to germinate a decent seed and then letting it go, giving options.
Right.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe there's a way I can go this way. Maybe it's interaction. There's so much interaction that's needed, honestly. It's going backwards a little bit, but again, a lot of young people won't trust the authorities or the governments or the powers that be because they don't look like them, for one.
Correct.
And they don't seem like they want to look like them or understand them at all. So it's just standoffish. I know when I spoke to social services as a young person, I ain't going to mention his name, but there was a fella, he must have been like 63 years old and I was 40, and I was thinking, you just don't get it. No matter what I said, you're not going to get it. You're a different colour, you have a different background, your children look nothing like me. So it sounds weird and I'm not a racist. Everybody knows I'm married to a white woman over 30 years, okay? I'm not racist. But people relate to each other. It's a known fact.
Correct.
People relate to each other. So if I don't look like you, sometimes you really don't take that much care for me because it doesn't matter to you. Well, my kids are okay. And I know my kids are never going to end up this way. So it's hard for you to address somebody else's situation.
Right.
Again, like I said, if your shoes haven't got dirt under them, you're on the red carpet all day long, man. From the car to the house to the... It's a simple fix, you know, bro. Like, it's a simple... I could laugh because I'm not even angry about the situation. I'm just angry the situation's happening because whoever's listening to this, honestly, get up, get your boots on and go and talk to a young person today. Smile at somebody, tell them, I like your hairstyle. Wow, you got a nice pair of shoes. Something simple, just something that calls them out of where they are. Because people don't hear that. What do we get told when we're young? You're not going to amount to anything. You're an idiot. They told me, by 18 you'll be dead or in jail.
Right.
What happened? I was in jail.
Right.
Because they put the onus on me.
Exactly.
I had to live up to it now.
Right.
Like, you know what, maybe you're right.
Yeah, because we become what we think about most of the time, don't we?
Thank you, it's gravity. But if you say to me, you know what, I see something in you, you know, just keep working at it. It don't matter what you see, just tell me,
right.
I see something in you,
Yeah.
I can see something. Wow, I wonder what it is. Now I'm going to go and research myself. I wonder what they saw in me. I wonder what this is. Is it my sport? Is it my singing? Is it my academia?
Right.
But just say something.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
And I'm saying,
No, it's such a great point, that, Steve. That what you just said then in terms of just, you know, acknowledging a youth, acknowledging someone, smiling at someone. We've all done it. I make a point whenever I'm out and about, particularly when I'm doing my shopping and stuff, and I'm getting my stuff being paid for, and the woman on the till or the man on the till, and they've got the name badge there. I'll say, "How you going, Dave? How's it going, Dave?" And you can see
pride swell up.
Yeah, you can see it just by saying, "How's it going, Dave?"
Yeah.
Wow, somebody's acknowledged me.
Yeah.
So you're spot on when it comes to, you know, out and about and seeing the youth out and about. And how's it going? You all right? Just a smile.
I say, you know, nice young man or nice young lady if I'm talking. Oh, thank you very much, young man. Because I'm a child. But somebody's addressed me as a young man.
Right.
He's looking at me eye to eye.
Yes.
There's no superiority or inferiority. We've got to stop looking at young people as being beneath us. They're children. What do you know? You remember that generation? You don't know nothing at all. I'm your mother. What if you know? You don't know a thing. But I know more than you because you've been a nurse for 35 years.
Right.
I've had 7 different jobs. I worked in hotelier. I've worked in retail.
Right.
I've worked in media. I've done all these things. So yeah, I know more than you, but because of the age, boy, you're too rude. You're too rude. Watch your mouth. So, you know, you're growing up under this neglect again because you're neglecting my young, beautiful mind, my creative energy.
Yeah.
So there's so many different forms we don't see that we're doing it all the time just by shutting people down.
Yes.
Let them breathe, man. Let everyone breathe.
Right.
What does it hurt you to let somebody be themselves?
Yeah. There's something about you if you're not letting that person breathe.
Yeah, insecure.
Something about you. There you go. Insecure. There it is.
Yeah, I don't want him stealing my thunder. Maybe he's going to be better than I was.
There you go.
Parents do it all the time. Oh, boy, you know what? Just listen, there's a little job down the road in Iceland. Just take that. But Dad, I want to be a footballer like you were. Nah, football don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just because Dad was rubbish, you know.
Right.
Division 4. Never get nowhere. But this guy's been scouted by Chelsea headhunters. Like, we want you on our reserve squad on the junior. You know, we'll raise you up into the football. Not paying no money to nobody. You know, listen, I was a great baller.
Right.
And I used to box. I was a semi-pro boxer.
Right.
You know what my mum used to say to me, and God bless her, she's a good mum, but she also was misled with the nonsense of what you're supposed to be and not letting people be free.
Right.
Why you want to play football on a Sunday in this church? So when the World Cup come, you're going to go to church or you're going to go to Brazil? These silly things, you know, just
exactly.
the old head.
Yes.
But because it's mum,
Right.
you know what, mum, all right, you're right, you know, because you're not going to lie to me. You're my mum. You want the best for me.
Right.
But
Well,
it wasn't her
reality
fault,
is-
but that's the neglect, again,
There you go.
you come up with. Like,
There you go.
wow.
Yeah.
Imagine, and now a lot of my friends
Yeah.
have played for Premiership clubs. They're on TV singing and rapping. They're on TV shows acting.
Right.
My mum said to me, I wish I'd have let you go to stage school.
There you go. And do you think those people that you know who are playing football, who are on telly, who are doing the rapping and everything, do you think they've got there primarily because they had that parent saying,
Yeah.
you know what, you can do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen them.
Yeah.
Listen, we used to, all sports day. I said my mum was a nurse, so she couldn't choose her shift. She was put on shift patterns. All sports day, when I played football with the team and the five-a-side and that. Yeah, go on, Barry. Go on, Barry. We
Right.
love you, lad. Don't I get out. Go on, son. Go on, son. I'm there, you know. I scored the little goal. There's nobody clapping. Like, only my team.
Yeah.
You feel away after. Sometimes you don't even want to go back and play football. Like, boy, you know what?
Right.
What's it worth? No, ain't nobody don't care.
Yeah.
I'm scoring. The team's winning, but
Yeah.
where's my team?
Yeah. Where's your support?
Where's my support? My local fans. Yeah, it hurts, man.
Yeah,
And when
of course.
something hurts, you got two options: is to fight or flight.
Yeah.
A lot of people just choose to flight.
Right. I can dig that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can dig that.
It's hard. I've got to say, I'm glad I'm here because there's a lot of stuff that I haven't had to think about for the past 30 plus years.
Right.
That's coming out, but it's nice.
Yes.
Because it's going to help me to help these young people.
Yes,
It's
yes.
really, really nice
Yeah.
thinking, wow, nothing's changed
No.
since the 70s.
No.
And probably prior to the 70s, but I'm a child of the 70s.
Right.
Nothing's changed.
No.
It's just been hidden.
Yes.
And it's probably worse still because it was more apparent back then,
Right.
and you could call out this, that. Now you can't.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
tell you, man.
That's why I've got you in, Steve, to talk about this, because I know you're passionate.
Thank
I know
you.
you've got a lot of lived experience. I know you're articulate, you're intelligent, and you've got everything to give and to pass on to people. So I'm just so glad that you've come in, man.
Thank you. This is,
been
I'll be
great.
honest, this is the perfect podcast for it. I could have, other people have invited me on podcasts, and I'm not going to say that they're no good or anything, but the energy had to be right, and I know the kind of fella that you are, and I've been waiting for a while, and I thought, you know what, the right subject would be this, because I know that you care about it as well, so
Right, yeah.
we can
Yeah,
bounce off
indeed,
each other's energy.
indeed,
So
yeah.
thank you for having me in there.
No,
man.
you're very
It's
welcome,
a real
man.
honour.
You're going to have to come in again.
Oh yeah, this is part one. I'm coming back in with Ayak and my partner.
Yes.
Tell you what we really do.
Charmaine. Yeah, that'd be great, that. Look forward to that. In your opinion, Steve, what programmes are available to help neglected youth build resilience and self-esteem from what you've seen?
There is. I've actually got a footnote on this somewhere.
Okay.
Goodness me, excuse me, paperwork, useless.
Take your time.
Oh dear, maybe I didn't bring it. So this shows the fact that I can't find it shows that there's not many. in fairness. So what can you read? What's the question?
So the question again is, what programmes do you think are available to help neglected youth build resilience and self-esteem?
To be fair, not many. It is mentoring, peer support. Excuse me. I went through the paperwork quickly, and actually, I remember I probably didn't find anything online either. So it's like there's nothing that's like on a national rollout that I could find. It seems like everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Every council are accountable for themselves. Oh, well, no, we'll try this, we'll try that.
Yeah.
Instead of there being, excuse me, like a think tank or a focus group.
Right.
So there's little mentoring things going on. I say there's peer-to-peer groups going on, but
Yeah, but nothing.
it's not like you could like push a button on and it's all this a whole directory or a catalogue of stuff comes
Yeah.
down. It's really, it's a tough fight, like
Right.
a really, really tough fight.
Yeah.
And as I said, you get there and then they want evidence to support it. So it just doesn't. Whatever program they got, just it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
sustainable,
Boots
is
on
it?
the ground is the only answer.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
You can write stories about it all, or you can write case studies and reports and analytic studies, but what's that going to do for somebody that's sitting in the cold? What's that going to do for somebody that hasn't learned how to brush his teeth and he's 17 years old and his mouth's falling apart?
Right.
A bit of paper isn't going to do anything. A visit's going to do something. A sit-down's going to do something.
Correct.
And the young people shouldn't have to source the help. They shouldn't have to go and knock a door. They shouldn't have to phone anybody up. We should be going to them.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, for one,
Yes.
having to leave your little peer group and boy. Sorry, I'm going to divert quickly. So I had to go to this thing called child guidance when I was younger because they said I was a problem child.
Correct.
You know what was really embarrassing? These two people, child guidance counsellors, used to come to the school. This is
Yeah.
when I was in high school. They used to walk in the classroom And to take me out of the class, and people,
Right.
where's Steve going? What's going on?
Right.
And then the teacher's, oh, Steve has to go to child guidance. You know, when you come back in the next day, the looks that you get, the giggling, you know, like it's abhorrent.
Yes, it is.
It's abhorrent. There's got to be a way of doing this without everyone knowing.
Right.
It's a sensitive thing. Oh, we don't want to call you out and embarrass you because that's going to add to your problems.
Right.
Seriously, it's this.
Yeah.
I keep saying it's simple because it's simple. It sounds to everybody else, oh, if it was that easy, everyone could be doing it. But everyone could be doing it.
That's right.
Everyone could be doing it. I could go downstairs now in the shopping centre and I guarantee you, I done it last night. I could talk to 10 young people just randomly and change. I talked to a young man last night in the middle of a common, walking, getting my fresh air and stuff, freezing cold. And this young man sitting there on his own, must have been 17, 18 years old. What's wrong, mate? Oh, no, you know, he's had a can of beer, we're talking. Lord, oh, do you mind if I say, you carry on, you drinking. We spoke for nearly 3 hours.
Wow.
And the guy said to me, you know what, I can't even talk to my mum or dad like this. Now, that touched me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That touched me, and he took my phone number. I've given him my phone, and I said, anytime you want to talk,
Right.
I'll talk to you. And I went home, I told my wife, and I said, you know what, that really, really, really is sad.
Yeah.
That he was sat on his own, just waiting for someone to talk to. Maybe not even waiting for someone to talk to, just not knowing. Just sitting out there at night in the park, in the dark. He got a house at home, 2 parents, not a single parent family, 2 parents, well-to-do parents. He told me the background, like, wow, you guys live well, you know, holidays every year.
Yeah.
But he didn't have anything at all. He had everything indoors, but he didn't have anything in his soul.
Right.
And it took me in the dead of the night, just a complete stranger. But because I've got time
Yes.
for people, because I care,
Right.
as I said earlier on, everybody's child is my child. That's the mentality. If we think that way again.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Sorry, I had to divert a bit, but
No, that's
it kind of
that's a really good point, and that's the sick society that I keep mentioning that we live in, Steve.
Yeah.
Right. Get a nice spouse, get a nice house, get a car, get a pension, go on holiday a couple of times a year. You've made it.
Yeah.
But what about the internal stuff?
Yeah.
You know, are you actually talking to your kid?
Yeah.
Are you having a conversation with that child? You know, 5-minute conversation. Not have to be like 3 hours. 5-minute conversation.
Just a little something, like,
What you're doing, what you're up to,
Yeah.
as opposed to your child having to go out in the street, in the dead of night, and talk to a stranger. And it's a good job that you're an authentic, organic stranger, Steve.
Oh, God,
You know, you could have been the opposite, and then he would have been taken advantage of, and
didn't
so
even
on.
think
And that's
of
how
that.
it happens.
I didn't even think of that, man.
But yeah, when you look at it from another point of view, all he wanted was somebody to talk to, right? And he got somebody authentic and organic and you talking to him. Wow. But it could have been the opposite. He could have got
you
somebody.
just opened my eyes, bro. I really
Yeah.
didn't even think of, because I always see good.
Right.
I don't see the object. But I didn't think about that.
Right.
The person before or after me could have been a fiend and could have missed. Oh my
Could have
goodness.
took advantage of him, and all he wanted was somebody just to talk to.
Yeah,
And
just
and
for someone
when
to listen.
Yeah, and then when he's in, God forbid, but when he's in prison or something happens to him, when you peel the layer back and you ask that person, how did it all start? This, he would turn around and say, do you know what? All I needed, all I wanted was somebody to speak to.
You know, this is why I do what I do. So I'm really. It's not morbid, but I'm the kind of person, I don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and open the Daily Echo and see that young man
Right.
on the front page and think, wow.
Right.
He asked me to talk and I didn't talk.
You
I just walked past him like, boy, I'm busy.
Yeah.
That's what I always think when somebody stops and they ask me for help.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you on the front of the paper tomorrow. People don't just ask for help for fun.
Right.
I know it's hard to say to somebody, boy, you know what? I need a bit of help. You know, I need to sit down and talk to. So it's very, very, very hard to talk to even someone you know about stuff because they cast aspersions on you. So when
Right.
somebody steps out of their lane and asks for help,
Yeah.
that's why the onus is on us to say, you know what? Sit down, man. Talk
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
You don't know what that person's going through or where they're going to end up at the end of the
Right,
night in the next
right.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And to give 5 minutes of your life away.
Yeah.
We're giving away 50 hours, 40 hours a week to some idiot workplace, man. To get paid?
Right. Right.
Would you rather get paid or save a life?
There you go. There you go.
It's easy for me.
Yeah,
You know, that's why I said I gave my job up. Keep you a little outside world and all that. Oh, I feel so good because I've just been promoted. But who have you walked past to get that? Who have you forget? Who have you neglected
Exactly.
to get there?
Exactly.
Look at little junior staff that started last week who's 17 years old, still making mistakes in the storeroom. Oh, I don't know what this is. Why don't you take your lunch break and walk them around the storeroom? Why don't you make an easier storeroom system so they get helped and so that they can rise up in their young stead?
Right.
It's all neglect, bro. It's people just selfish, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's got to be about part 5 for this. I've got so much to talk about when it comes to this.
Don't worry about that, Steve. Just touching on community and family engagement, Steve.
Yeah.
How can families, in your opinion, be supported to prevent neglect occurring within youths? How can families be supported?
Again, bring back adventure playgrounds,
right.
Family fun days, social events in the neighbourhood.
Yeah.
Let's go up to Kings Park.
Right.
Let's put a marquee up and play some music. Let's get some jugglers and some people out. Let's have some music workshops on. Let's get some different stuff that brings communities out together, that forces people to be next to each other, that forces people to talk to each other, but in a nice way. So instead of a young man bumping into another young man and deciding to commit a crime, a young man might find, oh, you know what, you're really good at football. Oh, so am I. What say we try a look at something?
Right.
And then you start doing football together, and then you join a little football club. You might, in years to come, be a football coach.
Right. Yeah.
So it's about assimilating people together. People want more. That's what I was saying earlier on. If they're given an option to do something right. I know this because once I found out that there was another way other than stupidity and crime.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But I elevated fast as well.
Right.
I was like, whoa. The shackles come off my shoulders.
Yeah.
And I started loving me again. I thought, wow, you know what? I'm not that bad.
Right.
Because other people want to be around me socially. They don't want to be around me because they can benefit, because they can get something out of me.
Yeah.
They just wanted to be around me.
Yes.
Oh, you come in football next week?
Right.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want. And they start feeling accepted. Ooh.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to see me. Just for fun.
Right.
Things like that. It's buoyant, It makes you feel a certain way when you're young and you think nobody's looking at me. And
yeah.
So community engagement is huge, but it's got to be on all facets. As I said, the police will have a little tent talking about crime and violence, or even talk about recruitment.
Right.
If you want, because a lot of people, I don't want to be a policeman because police are this and that, miseducation.
Right.
Again, so I think, open days at schools and colleges and stuff, sixth form centres, and just getting every facet of life involved. Just bring people. You get job fairs and that for adults. Why can't you get things like that for young people?
Great point.
It's not that hard.
Great point.
It's not that hard. Bring in the army and all them other big organisations, RNLI.
Right.
Bring it in. Just give people options, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously, that's all it is. When there's more on the table, there's more to choose from, more to eat. I don't like hamburgers, but the pizza's here.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone wants to eat.
Yeah. But those people who could put this kind of stuff on will say to you and I and everybody else, but we haven't got the dough, Steve.
It's a lie.
The money.
It's a lie. Not being fun. It's printed every day. It's a bit of paper, bro. Yeah, we ain't got the dough, but we didn't have the dough in 2012, but all miraculously we put on the Olympics. Stop, come on, man.
Right.
We know better.
Right.
We know better, don't we? We know better.
We do indeed.
If they want money, they'll get money, man.
Yeah,
But it's just that it doesn't, as I said earlier on, it doesn't really affect them.
Right.
Their children are fine. Eton, Harrovian boys, Kingston boys,
Right.
Moorwood Lacey boys. It's all these comprehensives and that. Why would you? Not being funny. Maybe if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't care about me.
Right.
Because you're never going to be in my circle as an adult. When I'm up in Downing Street with my local high school friends and stuff like that,
Right.
you're damn sure not going to be there. So why am I even trying to change you if you're not in my circle?
But why?
And it's sad.
That's the great point. But the paradox of that is, come election time, those politicians will be saying, "Luke, do you know what?" And they'll be coming into communities like ours and saying, "Luke, this is what we'll do for you. This is what we'll do. But make sure you vote."
But
and then people vote, and then it's just the same old,
fault for being duped.
There you go.
That's what I said. If your shoes ain't got dirt on them, I ain't voted. Don't come telling me what you can do for me a month before you're getting voted in.
Right.
When we've been living this for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen you once until you come out, wah, 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 out the car with your big foghorn.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, take the foghorn and go to Westminster with that talk there, man.
Right.
Because come on, we've seen it enough times. The students, they promised the students this, that, the other. The minute the vote was in, they didn't even want to talk about the students, man, the students' rights. And the students had to take to the streets.
Right.
It shouldn't have to be that radical, man.
Exactly.
You make a promise, stand on your word, or just don't make the promise.
Don't make the
and this
promise.
is where the disillusionment is again, and the neglect, because we know it's never going to change, because it hasn't changed.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying, it's up to us. It's not. I don't care what they're doing anymore. That's where I'm at.
Right.
You can talk all that parliament talk, well, legislation has changed, well, budget cuts and all that. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm just going to work with the people that I know. And it starts small, but hopefully what I'm doing, just like with IAC,
Right.
becomes infectious.
Yes.
I've had people come up to me and say, you know what you're doing, we like what you're doing. And it does blossom.
Right.
Maybe at a slower rate,
Yes.
but there's a lot more than what they're doing uptown.
Yeah.
A lot more, man.
Yeah.
I can see what's being, I'm affecting it every day. I can physically see what I'm doing.
Right.
I'd have to sit and wait for reports to come through and look at analytics.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's totally different ball game, bro.
Well said. How can awareness, Steve, in your opinion, about youth neglect be raised within the communities? How can it be raised? So if
I
the
think
authorities aren't going to do anything about it, which they're not, and I'm not being cynical, and you're not, it's just awareness.
Yeah.
How can that awareness be raised within those communities? Is it people like yourself, people like myself,
Yeah.
people like yourself,
Yeah.
getting up and trying to make a difference?
Yeah, most definitely. Signposting is huge.
Right.
Signposting is huge. So for me, young people like, there's nowhere for them to go, as I said. So
No, there's not.
you'll find a lot of teenagers hanging around children's playgrounds, which is really sad, at the dead of night, smoking, drinking, doing whatever kind of drugs and that. Put the biggest sign that you can find in the world up in the playground, put it behind perspex, signposting social services and places they can go. Every sixth form centre, every school, every youth club,
Right.
the bus station, wherever you got a space, billboard these things, because they'll billboard Rothman cigarettes and they'll billboard Nike and they'll billboard everything else because cha-ching,
yeah, it's a
cha-ching.
joke.
But you don't want to do it for health, you don't want to do it for mental welfare.
Right.
That's just, I mean, if the more you see, you'll be bombarded by it.
Right.
Wow, you can't refuse the help because
Exactly.
the help's there, it's
Yeah,
apparent.
yeah.
That's how I'd raise awareness.
That is a really, really good point that you make. If they can spend all this money and advertise cigarettes or whatever it is, sports trainers, sportswear, perfume, this, that, that, if they can find the door to do that, why can't they find the money to do what you've just said? And they'll probably say, yeah, but there's no money in that.
Yeah, it's not profit based.
Yeah.
People, wealth over health,
Right.
Culture,
Right.
That's what it is now. You can't take the wealth with you. Wealth isn't a legacy. It's not. It's generational, but it's not good generational.
Right.
You pass on money. What? So the next generation are rich. I'd rather pass on knowledge.
Yes.
I'd rather pass on
Right.
good diligence and stuff like that, so that the next generation change
Right.
what we can't change, and then over a while it gets better. Like, say, for instance, in the 60s, the civil rights movement.
Right.
They could see what they wanted to see today,
Yeah.
40 odd years ago, 42, 43 years ago, when the march went,
Yeah.
1962 or 63.
Yeah.
I could see the promised land.
Right.
It never made it to the promised land, but at least vision in it, man.
Yes.
At least
Right.
vision in it. Like,
Right.
we can't just give up. I know a lot of people who said to me, boy, you know, it's never going to change. So what that means, you just got to sit on your hands then and not try.
Do nothing. Yeah.
That's silly, man.
And I think that's what's happened. I think it's been governed like that. I think it's been designed like that, where people are just in a state of entropy.
Yeah.
A sudden descent into nothingness.
Yeah.
Because they just give up empathy and apathy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've
Big
just
time.
given up. What's the point in doing this? What's the point in doing that? What's the point in trying?
Yeah. And that's actually pushed on us as well. They it's systematic. It's almost as if they want us to lose.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's what I feel. That's what I can taste. Is like,
Right.
we just don't want you to win.
Yeah.
We don't, because I said it's easy to win. It's easy to just, and even if we don't win, at least give it a try, man. Like, no one's trying. I mean, I said my childhood wasn't perfect, but I can attest to the fact that the shopkeeper, the bus driver, I remember the days not that I was a young smoker, but some of my guys would be out, on the block. They got the cigarette in their mouth, and just someone else's mum would come past. You have to put out the cigarette,
Right,
man.
yes.
Stop swearing.
Yes.
Shh. This Adrian's mum, man. Shut your mouth.
Right.
Shut your mouth.
Right.
That's gone.
It's gone.
The whole respect of respecting not just adults, but others.
Yes.
It's just gone. There's such a
Yeah.
selfish culture out there.
Yeah.
Like, so what if that's Adrian's mum? I don't care.
Yeah.
What's she going to tell me?
Exactly.
But she could tell you a lot.
Yeah.
But see, people aren't pushing that. It's,
Good point. Good word.
it's
That.
yeah,
Selfish
sad.
culture.
Very selfish.
Yeah. Okay, Steve, just to bring this down for a landing, it's flown by, man, this time. Wow. Long-term solutions. What long-term strategies can help break the cycle, Steve, in your opinion, of neglect of youths? Is it down to the fact, in terms of what you've just said, more money being involved, pumping into it, people become more aware of it? What do you think it is? What do you think it needs?
Money's not the answer. That's the problem with our culture at the moment. There's something,
just throw money at
something's
it.
no good. You just fling cash on it. Fling cash. Oh, it's not worth. Fling more cash. More cash.
Yeah.
You've got people. So I had a friend, Albie, I went to school with, and Albie, parents are affluent, man. Albie got everything. Albie had the first PlayStation. Albie had the first car out of the group. Albie had jewellery. Albie had everything. But Albie used to run with the criminal gang.
Right.
Because something was missing, because Albie wanted attention. His mum and dad bought him everything. And he was, I said, why are you hanging out with us? Why are you doing this? He said, you know what? My family don't talk to me. If I want something, I can ask for it and get it. But I said, I can't talk to my mum or dad. They just don't sit down and talk to me. They're too busy for me all the time.
Right.
So money can't fix shit. Excuse my French. Can't fix anything at all. You could pay for it as much as you want, and all people really want, as we said earlier on, is to be listened to and to be loved.
Right.
So my thing, long term, love, live, laugh. Seriously, these are three very important things. Love everyone, especially the young people. Love their first time round. They need the love and the nurture.
Right.
Live an honest life around the young people.
Right.
Live through you vicariously. Let yourself be a testament that they can look up to.
Well said.
And say, yeah, I want to be more like this gentleman. I want to be more like this lady.
Right.
And laugh in the face of adversity. When things go wrong, let's not put our foot on their neck. I knew that was going to happen. You know what? You're only young. These things happen. Don't worry. Come, we'll work it out. Right. Laugh it off. Make it like it ain't a nothing. The more you put in pressure onto it, like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Everybody's done something wrong. Everybody's been young. Everybody's been in trouble. Everybody's got told off.
Right.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's just, when they say children will be children.
Right.
It's not terrible. Laugh it off, man. Don't worry. Tomorrow's a different day. Come here. I still love you.
Yes.
And give her a little hug, man. That for me is the only. There's no other way.
Right.
And we can make legislation from now until the year 3046. They've done it for 100 years already, and it's still not working.
Still not worked.
It's physical one-to-ones. It's getting together with people. As I said, whether they like it or not, they'll learn to like it after a while.
Right.
They will, because they'll see this guy doesn't need to be here every week talking to me. Why is he doing this? And then you start thinking, maybe I am worth talking to.
Right.
Maybe I am. Let me give him the time of the day.
Exactly.
I've done it through mentoring in high schools, sixth form centres and stuff. I've seen children that were on their way out. I'm not even saying to jail, they were on their way out. And it's really, really sad. And they've come back. I'm not saying it's just me that's brought them back. I thank God for giving me the strength that he does. But together, again, as a village that raises a child,
right.
I know their parents now. I'm actually a godfather to one of these young men's children, which I didn't even think he'd have a child. But to be called a godfather for his child, he thought, Steve, I need you to come through. And
right.
What?
Wow.
What? Me? We talk all during the year, birthdays and Christmases. I go and visit the young man.
Right. His
family are blossoming. He's a chartered accountant now.
Wow.
Doing really well. He works up in Moorgate up in London. Just doing really, 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 really well.
Right.
But I'm not saying it was me that did it, but I'm glad that I was a part of his change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can now, I can use that as a benchmark sort of thing and say, look, if I've done this for this guy, I can do it for somebody else.
Right.
Because I've seen it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When you sit up in the office and you're writing these little case studies, you're not seeing anything, so you don't know if it works or not. Anybody can write a case study.
Right.
They teach you the stuff in university. I could write a case study on anything.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, on anything.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly.
You get AI can do it for you.
Yes. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's right. Get out there, man. Feel the pain. Honestly, if I could put it all into a nutshell, it feels better standing in the rain, talking to somebody and feeling and seeing exactly what it feels like to get wet.
Right.
Than to sit inside at the window looking at somebody getting wet.
Correct.
Like, serious. It's a weird analogy, but I'd rather be out in that rain getting wet, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that's hand on heart, man.
Good for you, bro. Good for you.
So the long lasting is, just get out there and do it. Don't expect anyone else to do it for you. Don't wait for the government. Don't wait for the police or the social services. If it's dire, make the report, call the relevant authorities. But if you can do something, if you can step in, don't get your hands dirty, don't get yourself in trouble, but use a kind word or just listen.
Right.
Just sit there and listen.
There you go. Just listen. Just listen. Just one more from me. What role does education play, do you think, in relation to neglected youth? Major.
Again, the divides. So you've got neighbourhoods. So somebody's brought up in a lesser neighbourhood less fortunate neighbourhood, gets put into a different school, different sort of children.
Yeah.
Children are children, but you know what I mean. If you've
Yeah.
got somebody who's come from the Barrow Boy market stall
Right.
background, the pub landlord
Right.
background, his children are going to be a little bit more experienced at things because they've seen a few things that they maybe shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And then you're putting them in against with children who just want to be good kids,
Right.
basically. But you're rubbing shoulders in the playground. One of them has a cigarette, you might take in a cigarette with one of them, which you wouldn't have generally done.
Right.
So poor education, because of poor neighbourhoods and poor environments, leads to neglect, and it leads to mental challenges and stuff like that. Education should be, it shouldn't matter your status, it shouldn't matter how rich you are, your bank account and stuff like that. I came from a school that, if I said, sir, so for instance, Mr. Hawkins was a graphic design teacher.
Yeah.
I'm not any good at drawing. I'm not very academic. I can speak well and all that, but it wasn't my thing because I think it's all, the curriculum was rubbish and it was lies, to be honest with you. But if I used to ask a question, me and my black compatriots and a few other little urban youth, rude boys, sir, I can't understand this. Can you come and help me? What are you, stupid? So that's got to stop.
Right.
That's got to stop. Like, you're an adult and I'm a child. Don't talk to me that way.
Right.
Because I used to tell the teacher, don't talk to me that way. Like, my mum don't even talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way. Just get out. Boom.
That's it.
So of course I don't want to be in your class. And now you're giving me a walkout.
Yeah.
I'm going, this needs to stop. That's where the education thing, it's not what you're teaching, it's how you're teaching
So
it.
you're teaching it.
Yeah, you can teach anything. I could go home and get on the internet and learn or read a book. So it's not the subject matter, it's the deliverance.
Yeah.
As I said,
And
6
you
hours
as
a day.
It's you as a person as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And I remember I started off with saying 6 hours of the day. As a parent, I've given you my legal responsibility to raise my child.
Right.
So you're going to talk to him the way I talk to him at home. You're going to treat him the same way that I do because I've given you guardianship. Don't call children no idiot.
Right.
You're rubbish. You ain't never going to amount to nothing. Like,
Right. Yeah.
come out of the school. I'd be going through schools like that, like Ofsted. I hear one teacher talk that way, you're out, mate. Or you're back
out.
on training.
Exactly.
We're taking it up for 6 months and we're going to give you peer-to-peer group.
Right.
Learn how to talk to people properly, man.
Yeah.
This is what's missing, even with adults, because this is why it's in adult life, because they didn't learn as children.
Exactly.
You get older, you carry your same traits and your same behaviour from childhood.
Right.
So it's about, again, just talking to each other and a bit of compassion. It's again, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. The world, please. Laugh. Listen. Laugh.
Wow, Steve.
Oh.
This has just been absolutely phenomenal.
I've
thank
loved
you,
it.
thank you for coming in, bro.
Thank you, my
Nice
brother.
one, nice
Thank you,
one,
man.
nice
It's
one.
an honour. And I, just to say, disclaimer, the thoughts on this programme have been mine only. They're not coerced and they're not endorsed or condoned by Brother Irwin. So if anybody doesn't like anything that's been said, stevebecks3.live.uk. It's nothing to do with this guy. It's been an honour to be on this show and a privilege.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just one more thing. Phenomenal episode. If you've got anything to say about this episode, please like, please hype, please share, please subscribe. Put anything in the comment section, and if I can't answer them, I'll put you on to Steve, and we'll do the same. And if we both can't answer them, we'll signpost you on to someone else. But thank you for tuning in. For me and the rest of the team behind Resonate with Irwin Edgehill, Jess and Christian, it's bye for now.